Hi, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Element Indoor-Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is the 32034. This is the smallest of that series, and I happen to have one right here. There are two larger sizes. Go check those out too and watch those videos. Don't forget to do that. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. Let's talk about actually what its design is like first. So it's basically one continuous piece of aluminum bent at the top, dark sky friendly. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So light's just going to pour down, and it's going to wash all of this heavy forging on here. So it's a horizontal design with a vertical light coming down on it. It's going to be very cool. I could see these used all over the place, and especially in hospitality too. I think these could be used inside in a lot of places like hotels and all kinds of places. Anyway, let's get into a couple more things. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. 19 inches from the bottom of the fixture to the top of the fixture. The width's coming in at 6 inches. Projection is pretty close to the wall, only 4.5 inches, so you can get by it pretty easily. There's no glass to break on this, which is really great. And why don't we talk about a little bit more on the dark sky idea. So dark sky basically friendly means it's designed and manufactured to the specs of dark sky compliant. And so if you're in a situation where you're going to be like on a lake and your municipality wants you to do dark sky, you can take all this information and the video to them and get clearance on this to use if you're, if they're restricting you on outdoor sconces. Happens in places like Phoenix and Lake Winnipesaukee, New Hampshire, places like that where people don't really want to see your lights from far away. And you can be good to your neighbors, right? Okay, let's keep going with that, and let's talk about what's going on inside of this. So you've got one downward facing socket, right? You have a medium base socket, which is this guy here, facing down. So again, it's going to wash light down, put light all over the ground. And the recommended bulb for this is going to be what's called a par 20. So par 20 is this guy here, and it shoots light in one direction. If you want to go halogen, you can still do that, believe it or not. 75 watt max halogen is going to be what you can do in this. And if you want to go LED, that's what this is. So this is a LED I got on Amazon. It's part of their Amazon Basics. It actually is a really, really good quality, and the crispness of the light is pretty intense. I use this in a lot of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in our showroom, and I like it a lot. So the nice thing about it is it shoots light down. The light's going to kind of wash over all of this pattern on here and give you this kind of like art installation basically for your house or your building. Pretty cool. The light also comes in different types. It's going to come offered to you. Well, let's look at the little box here. So the little box basically tells us that on this side you've got it says warm, but it usually has a number on it, and that's going to be 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be super yellow like a setting sun of the light coming out of this guy. Way over here it says cool, and that's usually going to be called daylight. Sounds warm, but it's not warm. That's a 5000 Kelvin light. That's going to be kind of like that hospital waiting room light, that cold blue white light that you can see on an overcast day. In the middle of all that is 3000 Kelvin. That's what we like to use in our showroom. That's the light that's coming down on my hands right now, just like this. So that's what we like to use, and there you go. Anyway, kind of moving on from there, why don't we talk about a couple other things kind of quickly. So this is a dimmable fixture. If you want to dim it, you might actually have these used inside, so that would give you an opportunity to use a dimmable bulb. Make sure it says that it's dimmable and that you're telling your installer you're using a dimmable LED. The other thing is I want you to look at the installations instructions really quick so we can kind of get a quick overview. There's no glass on this. It comes fully assembled. There's really nothing you have to do except put it on. You're going to be using this. This is what's at your place right now. It's a regular J-box. What's going to go onto it is this, which is a back plate. It's a mounting bracket, actually, that's going to go on here. Comes with this automatically, along with a little packet of screws and stuff in a plastic bag. On the back of this is called the mounting area, I guess, and then the mounting plate is going to go right inside. Oops, actually goes this way this time. So the mounting height from the distance from the bottom of this to the middle of your J-box is coming in at 14.6. It's important for you to know that because a lot of you guys want to know how you're going to place these on your building and where the electric is about that. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. On those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.